Morning guys, just a quick review. I don't tend to do a huge amount of scarifying, and I've actually sold my scarifier, so I've made the decision, because I don't use the scarifier a huge amount. It basically, I'll probably use it for 1 week out of the year, then the rest of the time it sits in the garage. So I sold my scarifier last year after I used it, and I'm now doing, I basically rent one. Well, I rent one of two. The one that I've got at the minute is basically a commercial, cheap commercial one that my local mower shop hires for like 25 quid a day. Now I just want to do a review on it because I think it's quite a nice little piece of kit. I mean, it's £300 including VAT to buy one. Now they are domestic machines. I will start off by saying that they are like the cheapest of what you'll find, but to be honest, I'm quite impressed with the quality. Now the last scarifier I had was a little Wolfgarten, and it was plastic deck and all that. Issue was old. It was old, so we did have a few issues with it, but it still worked and did its job. Now this, like I say, the price tag on it at the minute is 300 quid. It's a Sherpa ts40-s or ts40-s. The deck is absolutely solid. It's a big hunk of metal. I will put a little video up here showing you around it. I did a little walk round. So the operations are pretty standard. I mean, I'm not quite sure why it has an on-off switch and a dead man handle, because, you know, as soon as you let go of it, it's off anyway. Well, actually it's not off, but it you know, but it's got two height adjusters. So when we go around the first bit of video, which I'll show you, you'll see a handle on the top of on the bars. Now that is your final adjustment. So that is how you raise and lower the wheels up and down, or the deck up and down. And then there's a little knob on the front that you'll see next to the handle, that you fine tune it basically. And then they have a handle when you walk around the front, as you see it, there's like a gap underneath. That's a nice little handle. It gives you a good grip. Now I will say there's two bad things about this machine. One, when I was using it, even after it warmed up, I had to put it on choke to get it started, which you shouldn't be doing. So that's obviously something that needs fine tuning. It did smell like, I would say it smelled like a new machine when I was using it, but I think it's because they use that Aspen or petrol, and it's got a funny newish smell to it, so it could be that. So that might be the reason why it didn't want to start. It just needs fine tuning. And two, like all cheap machines, they've got to cheap out somewhere, and the wheels, this morning I noticed, I mean, I didn't notice it yesterday when I was using it, but when I picked it up this morning, I don't think they'd last you very long. So if you're thinking about making money from this machine, I wouldn't bother. This is basically geared up for domestic. But that's being said, you'll see some footage of me scarifying a lawn. I wouldn't normally do it when it was that wet, but as you say, I hide the machine, so I'm making the most of it. I hide it, so I had to use it, otherwise it'd have been waste. So I did 3 lawns yesterday. Now bearing in mind, when I scarify these lawns, these are regular customers that I've just, if I get to a point in their garden and it might seem pointless turning up because it's been quite dry here. So if there's nothing left to do, I'll scarify the lawn, and it keeps me working, and it keeps the garden under control basically, doesn't it? So these are just like a quick once over, although you see, when you see it, it does bring out a hell of a lot of stuff. So I'll give it credit. It's using the spring tines at the minute. It does come with the aerator blades as well. Third bad bit about it, bags. It's on every single, or almost every, apart from the commercial ones, on all the domestic machines they come with a bag. Why? They're absolutely useless. I mean, yesterday, fair play to it, if it was drier it would have filled the bag up straight away within like 30 seconds. Because it was wet, it didn't even fill the bag. That's why you'll see me just drop the stuff on the floor. But that's not the downfall of the machine. It's just an extra selling point because people don't like to pick things up. But we all know that it'll either fill up within 30 seconds if it's dry, or it just won't work because it's too wet. But there you go. That's my 2 pence worth. I'm going to leave you with some footage. As you can see, they haven't started as a beautiful day, and then the heavens opened by the second job. Was it second or third job? And it still coped. The engine was really strong. It's got a 212cc engine, unbranded of course, because it's a cheap motor, not mower, scarifier. But yeah, I was well impressed. The quality of it for £300, well worth it. And if you're only using it for a couple of gardens or your lawn once or twice a year, it's going to last you years. So I'll leave you some footage, and I catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.